Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to another virtual learning program prepared by Rainbow International School for you young boys and girls in grade 9 level. Today we shall be taking up another topic for Esl Writing, and we shall be discussing section 5. It's about reading, and we shall start with Unit 1, the overview. Okay, this is just a small outline, a simple outline of what we shall be discussing in exercises 1 and 2. What do we expect to have here? We expect to have paper 1 core level 4 texts, and we shall be dealing with how they give the questions and how to answer the questions for parts 1 and 2. And for the paper 2 extended level, we shall be dealing with 5 texts like brochures, advertisement, and pamphlets. Okay, now section 5 sets out the different tasks which you will find in the reading exam. Unit 1 will include examples of each type of exam questions to enable you to familiarize yourself with them, together with some hints on how to approach the questions and suggested answers. Okay, the reading passages are found in those we mentioned here, part 1 core level and part 2 extended level. Okay, now for exercise 3, though, we shall be dealing with different texts for each level, and will require you, exercise 3 will require you to transfer information from the passage onto a form, and the answers may not come chronologically. And the important thing is we will learn how to not read the passage as we answer, as we are handed our question paper. How is that so? That is for us to find out, okay, in this discussion. Exercises 4 and 5 in your question paper in the IG exam in ESL about reading will be presented in this manner. Okay, for exercise 4, at both levels, core level and extended level, it requires you to read a text and make notes from it. At core level, the text for exercise 4 is used for the summary writing in exercise 5. So we shall be reading like only one passage to solve our exercises 4 and 5. But at the extended level, the text for exercise 4 is different from the text to be summarized in exercise 5. Now the headings we should remember for making notes will be given to you. The answers may not come chronologically. So let us try to apply this knowledge as we go on with the topic about reading. So as the unit says, this is just an overview of what we expect, what we should expect in taking the exam in reading, the reading questions in our IGESL exam. Okay, so let's try to proceed for exercises 1 and 2. As you see here, I mentioned earlier that the texts for exercises 1 and 2 are the same for both levels. There are more questions to answer for each text in extended syllabus. The texts are usually taken from a brochure or an advertisement or a pamphlet. Now, how do we answer the questions? Okay, you will find here a sample text. This is an example exercise 1 question from a core level reading paper, and we shall try to see how we will be answering the questions that go with this. And we will have a copy of the questions as well, and we'll try to see how we should answer these questions. Now, you may read this sample passage, but before you do that, okay, I'm gonna tell you what or how should we deal with problems like this. Okay, it's a good thing for you to read the entire passage, but it is also a hint for us in taking the exam, and we're given a limited time to just try to read the title first. Okay, read the introduction to the in the passage. Okay, look at the picture and try to look at the subheadings and go to the question, because in each question like this one, okay, here you have sample questions. They are arranged chronologically. Okay, we will read the first question after going through the title, subtitle, the illustration, and then we're gonna go to the questions one by one, with the answer to question 3. I mean, question 1 may come before the answer to question 2. I will explain further. Okay, now here it says here, read the introduction to the exercise. Okay, look at the passage. Let's take those 2 sentences first. Okay, here. I want just to highlight it here. Okay, highlighter. We will read the introduction to the exercise and look at the passage. Okay, let's see. This is the introduction to the exercise. Read the advertisement about courses at the Outdoor Activities Center and then answer the questions below. Okay, there you go. And then after reading the introduction, we are told to go to the passage. There. What should we try to see in the passage? You will notice the title. Okay, this is the title, right? And we have the illustration. Where is the illustration? This is the illustration. Okay. And the headings to understand what the text is about. These are the headings, okay, of its courses offered in this center. Now we see here now we will see how the information is arranged. Okay, it is a hint that given from your textbook that we should not read the text first. Okay, so after reading the introduction to the exercise, we will go to the passage. Okay, it says read the advertisement about courses at the Outdoor Activity Center and then answer the questions below. So let's try to see the passage. What did we do? We highlighted. We will try to see the title, the illustration, and the headings. All right. So let's try to go to the next thing to do. It says here, do not read the text. Read the first question and underline the keywords. Let's try to do it. Okay. Now see here. The first question is, how long does it take to complete the introduction? Okay, it says here, how long does it take to complete the introduction to sea kayaking courses? Here you have the keywords. It says, underline the keywords refer to the paragraph on canoeing and kayaking. How long is a keyword? Does it take to complete? It's a keyword. The introduction to the sea kayaking course. Okay, so the question is how long, right? Let's try to apply the question to the passage. Okay, here we have the paragraph about canoeing and kayaking. Okay, the outdoor activity center is the ideal venue for kayaking with the sea close at hand. With the sea close at hand, our one-day course. So it's mentioned here, okay, one-day course. So how long? Our one-day course will introduce the skills of kayaking at sea. With that alone, you'll find the answer. If you want to continue reading, you may do so. Okay, however, we got the answer right here. There will be an opportunity to try a variety of different canoes and kayaks and to take part in a short kayak sea journey. So we have our answer for the first question. To the first question, and it's equivalent to 1 point. Okay, so that's how we have gone along, how we dealt with the question. Okay, now let's see. Second question is, who can join the Junior Windsurfing Club? Let's see. Who can join the Junior Windsurfing Club? So let's go to this paragraph, this heading. So let's see, our center runs a junior windsurfing club on Monday and Wednesday evening during the summer season. Okay. And is open to anyone until they are 18. Anyone until they are 18 years old. Aimed at those who already have some windsurfing experience or level 1 certificate. This club aims to give young windsurfers the opportunity to progress within a safe and exciting environment. So, stopping here, you will see that we kind of got the answer. The question is, who can join the Junior Windsurfing Club? Who can join? Anyone until they're 18 years old. Okay, and that's it. And they also, one of the requirements also is that they have done, they're done with their level 1 certificate. They're able to acquire the level 1 certificate by having gone through the windsurfing experience course, like any first level course or any background. Okay, now let's go. It says here, letter C. Okay, letter C. Now we know where to find the answers to the different questions. Let's just quickly go through our questions. How much does it cost someone at the center to learn to sail? Okay, go back to your passage sample and you will find there, you will find it here. I said it's arranged chronologically. With this particular thing, it is separated from among the subtopics, among the paragraphs, okay? It says cost for each course. So, the cost for each course here will answer the question, letter C, how much does it cost someone staying at the center to learn to sail? So it says here residential and non-residential, right? When we say residential, they are staying at the center. They are residents. Yeah, they are registered to stay at the center while taking up the course. And non-residential, those who are coming in the morning or at the time the course will start and leave the center and go back home, sleep over their places, and go back to the center the following day or the next meeting for the course. Okay, so here if it's the question is how much does it cost someone staying at the center to learn to sail? Staying is here, residential, right? So it's 180 pounds. Did you see that? Here, 180 pounds for residential. Okay. Now let's try to go to the next question, which is how much does it cost someone staying at the center? How can, we're done with this, how can a junior windsurfer save money? Okay, how can a junior windsurfer save money? We have the guide here. Refer to paragraph on windsurfing. Okay, how can a junior windsurfer save money? Let's see. We have to go back to the passage and let's try to go to the windsurfing paragraph and how can a junior windsurfer save money. So we go to the windsurfing paragraph, which is again here, right? The question is how can a junior windsurfer save money? It's not here. The answer may not be found here in the sentences we have read. So let's proceed here. Okay. Cost 7 pounds. Oh, 7. Okay. Per session, or 6 pounds per session if 4 sessions are booked in advance. So how can a junior windsurfer save money? You're right, here, if 4 sessions are booked in advance. Okay, precisely. Now let's try to go back to question number or letter E. Okay, for question letter E, we have there, why wouldn't a skiing lesson at the center be cancelled in bad weather? So which paragraph will we go to? Why wouldn't a skiing lesson at the center be cancelled in a bad weather? Now, as you will see here in the passage sample, we shall find this paragraph about skiing. So we will try to find the reason why wouldn't a skiing lesson at the center be cancelled. Okay, so we have to read on. This center has three ski slopes. Its surface is easy to ski on and soft to fall on. Okay, the slopes have ski lifts. Okay, I think we got it. The slopes have ski lifts here, are floodlit here, and are situated inside a hangar. A hangar offering an ideal learning environment whatever the weather. Okay. See? So the answer is here, is found in this paragraph, and you may consider writing it in your answer question paper. Okay. What other useful experience do the first aid instructors have? Now, you will go back to the passage and you will find here below the paragraph about first aid courses. Okay. It reads as it reads, Our first aid courses are ideal for anyone concerned with outdoor sports. Okay. Our trainers are also sports instructors. So they make sure that the first aid training given is always relevant. I guess we have it here. We stop here. Okay, because the question is other useful experiences. Okay, so aside from the first aid, providing the first aid or teaching the first aid courses, they are also concerned with outdoor sports, and an additional skill is to teach sports. They are sports instructors. Okay, so I guess that completes our question answers to exercise 1 questions. All right, so now for exercise 2, it will be similar. Another text about another passage, okay, that that's given in the similar to exercise 1. Okay, so let's go to exercise 3. Before going to exercise 3, let's see if we have completed our hints here. Okay, in a continuous passage, the answers come chronologically in a continuous passage. Okay, what we had is like a post, a brochure, a leaflet, a pamphlet, okay, an advertisement. Okay, the answers come chronologically. Like the answer to question 3 comes after the answer to questions 1 and 2. So as you remember, okay, we went from the top part of the passage, middle part, down. But about the question on how much do residents pay, that's letter C, I guess. How much does it cost someone staying at the center to? We went to the center. The I'm gonna show you. We went to the here, this part. Yes, yes. It seems like it's equivalent to highlighted because it's written differently, and it doesn't like fall under or within any paragraph. Okay, it's easy to be seen. But as we answered the question, we went from this part, this paragraph, this subtopic, this heading, okay, going down and here and here. Okay. So let's try to finish it up here. Sometimes an answer may appear in the introduction to the passage. Okay. An introduction to the passage, or the title, or the before you read the passage, we have a short introduction given usually. In a passage with headed paragraphs, you will need to refer to the relevant paragraph. Okay, relevant means if the question is asking about windsurfing, you go to that a paragraph with the subheading about windsurfing. All right, great. So skim read, we would deal with it in Unit 2, our next slide, or our next video presentation. Okay, ignore any vocabulary you do not understand. Ignore any vocabulary you do not understand. This goes in contrast with what we do in the classroom situation, wherein you are assigned a passage, and to unlock the difficulties, to understand the passage better, we have to look for the meaning of the difficult words, the Greek words, find it out, and consult any dictionary, Google, or any reference material that we have on hand before we completely understand the whole passage. But in here, you're advised not to deal with or stop or concentrate on any vocabulary word you do not understand. Why? Okay, sometimes a date or name will be referred to in a question and will be easy to find in the text. So you will be guided. The answer should be there, and it's not like it will guide you to answer the question given in the question paper. Your answer should be brief. Okay, we have to take note of it. Should be brief. Sometimes just one word. And complete sentences are not required. Okay. So as we're taught to answer incomplete sentences in our classroom situations, when you take the IG, this is the part where complete sentences are not required. Okay, so now let us try to proceed to exercise 3. Exercise 3, okay, as we have mentioned in our outline, this uses different texts for each level and requires you to transfer information from the passage onto a form. The answers may not come chronologically. Do not read the passage. Okay. So what should we do in answering question number 3? So as you see, we have the passage here with us, and the passage, and along with it is an information sheet where we have to transfer information from this given passage onto a form. Okay, so what are we supposed to do with questions like this? For exercise 3, it's usually this style. You will be given a passage where you will gather information, and next step is to transfer the information onto a form. Now, in answering the questions in exercise 3, okay, you will be told to read the instructions also. Okay, read the form, the passage carefully, and or skim the passage and try to find the form and get the idea as to how to complete it. All right. Now, only the things that are required in the form, because what will be checked is the form. Okay, the important things that we need to get is like take note of those who are highlighted items or those in parentheses, because they will guide you to the correct answers. Okay, let's see. Like in this information sheet, you will see that this is the heading. All right, we have 3 sections: A, B, and C, and D down there. Now it says here, use block capitals in this section. All right, so in this section from here, in this section, so we're dealing with section A, right? So block capitals. Okay, now you will see that based on the passage, you will find the answer to this first line: name of person completing this form. Okay, you will find it in the passage, and how will you deal with it? Now, you have to read the form very carefully and make sure you provide the exact information needed. Here, some items parts are numbered, so we will be guided in learning how to deal with questions like this, with exercise 3 questions in the reading part of the question paper in ESL reading and writing. Okay, this is the reading part. Okay, for number 1, you will see number 1 here. Okay, check, a big check for number 1. And what shall we do with this? If the form asks for block capitals, you must write in capital letters. Okay, you have to check where they are to be used. In this example, it says in this section. So capital letters in this section, section A. Now, for number 2 here, if the form asks for a postal address, including country, make sure you include the country. It may be separate from the address in the text. Okay, so we have here the postal address. Okay, now you will find everything, the information here from this passage, like Kim Jones, all right, the name. Let's see, and the address here. Okay, you will be guided in answering it. Now the third one is, with telephone numbers, check whether you should include a code. Let's see. Here, contact telephone number in case of out of hours in emergency. All right. So here, before this, we mentioned about including country for your postal address. Okay, so the fourth one will deal with how should we answer or take note of the fourth part. When you need to choose dates or times, check the information carefully from the passage, and sometimes the answer may seem obvious, but further information later in the text may change the answer. Yeah. For example, the form asks for duration of stay, give dates. All right. The text reads, the course will last for 4 days. From Monday, 17 July until Thursday, 20 July inclusive. But because of the long journey involved, the group will need to arrive 1 day before the start of the course, departing after breakfast on the 21st of July. In this example, if you wrote your answer as Monday, 17 July to Thursday, 20 July, you would be wrong. Okay, you must take extra care in dealing with items like this, or lines in the passages, reference passages like this. You would be wrong. According to the information which follows, these dates, the correct answer should be Sunday, 16th of July to Friday, 21st of July. Okay, so that falls here. For duration of stay, says give the details. Okay, all these are mentioned in the passage. Now let's see. If the form asks you to tick, then tick. Is there a place for us to do the ticking here? Tick the 3 activities at the center most suitable for your group during your stay. So if it's art, tick, basketball, dance, okay, and so on. And you suggest any other activity not listed above. Here again, you do the ticking here. Which language should the tour guide use with your group during your tour of Toronto? Okay, so if the form asks you to circle, then draw a circle around the answer. Finally, let's see that part here. For each meal, circle the better start time to suit your group. Circle, okay? And finally, if the form asks you to delete as necessary, this means you should cross out all the answers except the correct one. Okay? So, we have here section D. Write one sentence here of 12 to 20 words to tell us what you are most looking forward to during your time in Toronto. This is how we deal with the form where we have extracted or transferred information from a given passage to this form. Okay, so let's go to this part. How should we deal with exercises 4 and 5 in the question paper? Exercise 4 at both levels requires you to read a text and make notes from it. Alright, there will be a text and you should be taking down notes from it. At core level, the text for exercise 4 is used for the summary writing. It's the same thing in exercise 5. At extended level, though, the text for exercise 4 is different from the text to be summarized in exercise 5. So we have to remember this. We should be prepared as we sit in the IG. We should know how to deal with these questions. We should not be like scared. We don't know what to do. And this is one way to prepare, dealing how to answer the exercises. Now we have here, okay, look at the how to answer the questions. Look at the following example of an exercise 4 question from a core level paper. Okay, it says here, read the introduction to the exercise so you will know what the passage is about. Then, before you read the article, look at the question on page 147. Now, we will look at the questions first, okay? Page 147 of your book to learn what points you need to find. So, why should we go there? To learn what points you need to find. All right, we will see. Now, I will bring you to the page 147 of your textbook here. Okay, so we have here the questions. You are the passage and here. You are preparing to give a short talk to your class about the effects of El Nino. On the notepad below, make 2 short notes under each heading as a plan for your presentation. So you're going to have your presentation ready by making a plan, and to make a plan is to write down, take down notes. In this case, you're asked to jot down 2 short notes about each topic. Do not use complete sentences. Why? Because we are in you have to be guided by the notes that you will be, words or phrases that you'll be taking down, and they will serve as reminders only for you as you discuss, right? They will be your keywords. An example is given under the first headings. All right, here for the lines A, you will find that there are lines in the paragraph sample or paragraph given for this exercise that you will write about here. So these these topics are classified like as what you see. Effects of El Nino on the sea lions, we label it as A. The effects of El Nino on the weather and the ocean, label it as B. And here, the effects of El Nino on the sea lion marine mammal center, label it C. Okay, so how should we deal with it? Okay, let's go back now that we know what we are supposed to do and what we are supposed to prepare. So we're going to find points from the passage. Okay, so here is the passage, and here's the introduction to the exercise. As we have read, we have to read the introduction to the exercise so we will know what the passage is about, and we will know which points. Okay, it's from this passage that we'll be taking down points for our presentation, because what you'll be presenting is about this passage. All right, so now this is the introduction. Read the article below about the effects of the El Nino. Okay, the article below about the effects of the El Nino storms on sea lions. And then complete the note-taking exercise which follows. All right, as we know, sea lions are large seals that live in the Pacific Ocean. but can move on land. All right, so after having gone through the passage, okay, we will be, since we know our topics already, we know our topics here, we have A, B, C, we will try to look for points about these topics that we have selected to talk about. Okay, the effects of the El Nino on sea lions and on the weather and the ocean. Okay, it will be mentioned here in the passage, and the effects of El Nino on the sea lion marine mammal center, the center itself. So after having gone through the lines here, you will see that this part is labeled A because we will be getting points from these lines here. In this case, we have here a paragraph, the entire paragraph, A. Okay, we'll take notes from here, but we will only get 2 points as instructed. You're free to choose which points. Okay, this is just a sample of how to deal with the question. Now here we have, as you see, the first topic, A. We're given here a clue. Weak pups. Let's see why the writer wrote weak pups. Let's go back. Okay, around this time last year, the center had 7 sea lions to care for and eventually release. Today, there are 73, most of them weak and underweight young pups that have been beached and battered by the storms of El Nino. So this is the reason why the points mentioned in the first topic is weak pups, because it's about weak pups, right? Now let's see, we have another here, this paragraph, and on the next page of your textbook you will find also this paragraph labeled A. So in here you will find the effects of El Nino on the sea lions. All right, so goes the same with your letter B and your letter C here. Effects of El Nino on the weather and ocean. So we have here lines here labeled B, 2 points taken from here, okay, B, and here. And for letter C, we have these lines taken. All right. On the next page, you'll find this line taken as reference to your points to be written under the topic effects of El Nino on the sea lion marine mammal center. Okay, so this is how we will be answering we will be taking the points to be placed or to be written in this notepad. The notepad as reference to your presentation. Okay, you may find more points than you are asked for. Only give the number asked for. So you may find more than 2, but you will only give 2. When you find the answer, try to rewrite the meaning in your own words if you can, as this shows the examiner that you have understood what you have read. Your answers should be short and should not be complete sentences. For example, you read here, to feed the pups, their pups and mothers, to feed their pups, the mothers have to spend more time and energy searching for food. Let's see. Okay. 1 minute. All right. Now, it's clear now. To feed their pups, the mothers have to spend more time and energy searching for food. Where am I? I'm here, right here. Okay. Now, your answer for effects of El Nino on the sea lions might be hard for mothers to find food for pups. And how will you read it? This will be your answer here. Your answer. And how will you read it? The beach that the center usually uses to release the animals is underwater. Another victim of El Nino. Okay. Now your answer for effects of El Nino on the sea lion marine mammal center might be have to drive further to put seals back in sea based on the points you have extracted from the given passage. All right. Now, we have an example of an exercise 5 question from the same core level reading paper. So core level, we will share the same passage to answer exercise 4 and the summary writing for exercise 5. Exercise 5 example question is, as you see on the slide, imagine that you have made the presentation to the class in exercise 4. I'm here. Okay. Now, your teacher wants you to follow this up with a summary for homework. Now, look at your notes in exercise 4 using the ideas in your notes. Okay. The ideas that you have written, of course, will be used to write a summary about the effects of the El Nino storms. Your summary should be one paragraph of no more than 70 words. You should use your own words as much as you can. Okay. Now the following unit will deal with how to write summaries. So I hope you have an idea, you're able to get an idea as to how to deal with questions 1 and 2. What are they about? How will you get the answer? Question 3 and question 4 in a reading question paper, the reading part of the question paper in ESL core level, and this is just an example of the core level question paper. And as we revise, we will be using, okay, in our revision, an example for the extended level. But your age in your level, you'll be taking up the core level in the IG exams. So I guess taking up the extended level will just guide you, and you have to concentrate more on how to deal with the questions in the core level. Okay, here is the here's another sample past paper. You may copy the link and try to play on how to apply the hints we have learned today. All right. So thank you very much for being with me and staying with me during the presentation of these slides, and I hope you have learned something about how to deal with these types of questions, these exercises, okay, in this type of the ESL IG question paper. Cool. So happy virtual learning in the future from this video. Happy virtual learning from other subjects, and may always please take care and always be happy. Okay, bye for now.